Hello everyone, once again welcome to SAP2000 video tutorial. In this video we'll see about the selection toolbar. So what we can do from the selection toolbar, we can go from here and we can go to the select. From here we can select by properties. So from here we have different type of options. We can select anything on the structure by material properties, and we have other options with the section properties. So we have material property and we can also select by sections. So first of all we can go to material properties. So we have used these materials to create this structure. So if you click on 4000 psi, this is concrete. If we click on select, so as we can see the roofs, the slabs have been selected. So let's deselect this one. After that we can click another material. Let's click on select. So we haven't used this material. Next one, let's select. So this material is only we have used for the columns. As you can see, the columns have been selected. Let's deselect it and let's go to the last material, select. So all the frames have been made with this material. So in this way we can select by material properties. Next step, let's go to the selection toolbar, select. In this time we'll go to frame sections, as we have used different type of frame. So from here we have two type of frames. So if we click on select, the columns have been selected. So our columns, let's deselect this and let's click on this one and let's click on select. All the frames, all the beams, all the trusses have been selected. So all the trusses are made with this frame. So in this way we can also select our frames, deselect it, close. Once again let's go to select, and this time we will select the area sections. As we have area sections on the structure, we have only one section which is roof. Let's click on select. So all the roofs have been selected by the area section. So let's deselect, close. So in this way we can select a particular thing of the structure, like we can select the frames, we can select the beams, we can select the columns, we can select the slabs, and so on. Now we can also go to selection button, and from here we can go to groups. Here as you can see we haven't defined any kind of group. So if we defined any group, it would appear here and then we could select those groups. Once again let's go to selection toolbar. From here we have different type of options. So mainly we are working with these properties, material type sections, and groups. And we have another options here. Suppose we want to select some points. More precisely, suppose we want to select only these points, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is easy because our structure now is a small structure. So sometimes we may face a very big structures, and we may have to select those points, those coordinate points. So in those cases, how can we select those points? Let's discuss about the coordinate for this structure. In the x direction we have 12 feet bay, and in the y direction we have only one bay which is 36 feet. So the center is 18 feet, and the height of this structure is from bottom to this point is 20 feet, this point is 24 feet, and we have 1 feet increment in the first truss, 2 feet increment in the second truss, and we have 3 increment in the middle truss. This point is 25, this point is 26, and this point is 27. I hope you understand. And this point is 24, and we have 3 meter increment here, so this point is 27. So as we have told earlier that we will select the ridge points, ridge 4 points. So how can we do that for very big structures? To do that we'll go to selection toolbar. From here we'll go to coordinate specification. From here we'll go to specified coordinate range. So here we have a window, select by specified coordinate range. So what we want to select. We only want to select the points, so we will select these types of the objects is only point, uncheck the other things. So after that, in the x direction, as you can see, this is the x direction. In the x direction, we are not limiting the coordinate, but in the y direction we want the center point. So the center point is 18 feet, which is a single value. So we'll click on add a single value. Operator is equals to 18 feet. After that, in the z, so what was the height of these ridge points? It was 20, 24, and we have also 3 feet, so it was 27. So we'll click add a single and operator is equal, the value was 27. Now we can click on select. So as we can see here, the ridge points have been selected. So in this way we can select a specified coordinate point. Let's try these points, the second truss points. So let's try to select those points. How can we do that? Once again, the x coordinate is unlimited, and the y coordinate, what will be the y coordinate? The center point was 18, so we have 3 bay till the center, so we have 6 feet per bay. So from here to the second truss is 12 feet. So in the y direction, the value will be 12 feet. And what about the z? So it was the 24, and we have 1 feet increment in the first truss, we have 2 feet increment in the second truss. So we are working on this truss, so it was 24 plus 2, 26 feet height. So we'll input here 26 feet, then we'll click on select. As you can see, at the second truss on the top have been selected. This is a very convenient way to select a specified point. As you can see, suppose now we don't want to select the points, we want to select the frames. So how can we do that? So we have different type of selection object. We have point, we have frame, cable, tendon, area, solid, link. If you want to select any frame, we can select from here. We'll uncheck it and we'll check the frame. So we want to select this frame. So what is the y coordinate of this frame? It is 18 feet as it is in the center. And what will be the z coordinate? The z coordinate will be vary from this point is 20 feet and this point is 27. So we will click on between two values, which is greater than equal 20 and less than or equal 27. Let's click on select. As you can see that in that system all the frames have been selected because we have x coordinate unlimited. But if we want only this frame to be selected, then we can limit the x coordinate also at a single value, which will be 0 is equals to 0. Now click on select. So if we want just only this frame to be selected, we also restrict the x coordinate as 0 because our global coordinate system starts from here. So this point's x coordinate is 0, so we have input as 0. In this way we can select any point, any frame, any area. So let's have a try on the area section. So let's deselect this one and check the area. Which area we want to select? Suppose we want to select this area. How can we do that? Let's try. So for this area we have x coordinate, which is in between two values. We have y coordinate in between two values. We have z coordinate in between two values. So let's try for the x coordinate. X coordinate, it is 12. So from 12 to 24. So between two values, which is greater than equal 12, less than equal 12. Now for the y coordinate from 18 to 36. So between two values, greater than equal 18, less than equal 36. Sorry, it will be 24. Z coordinate, it would also in between two values. So what will be the value? It will be the this point is 24, so greater than equal 24 and less than equal 27, because these points are 27. Let's click on select. Boom, as you can see, this area has been selected. So in this way we can select any point, any frame, any area as we want. Let's close this window. So it was the selection toolbar. We can also get the previous selection from here. If we click on this, so we selected this area. Now we can also get this. Sometimes it may be helpful to get the previous selection, clear selection. So now we can use these things easily. I hope this video helped you a lot. I will see you in the next video.